Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. In today's video, we're taking a look at the kit lens for the G9II. This is one of two different kit lenses you can get. This is the 12-60mm F3.5-5.6 zoom lens. Now, kit lenses sometimes get a bit of a bad rap because they're not as fast as a lot of prime lenses, and you generally won't get as much background blur as some of those faster primes. So a lot of people tend to dismiss them, but I really feel like this is a great lens if you're just getting into the system, and I'll talk about why. I guess if you don't already have any lenses, I'm going to give you the answer first. I think this is a pretty decent lens for the right type of shooter, and I'll talk more about that throughout the video. This 12-60mm lens gives us the full frame equivalent of a 24 to 120mm lens, but look at the size of this. You're getting a pretty great package in such a small form factor lens. This is one of the biggest benefits of Micro Four Thirds. One thing to make note of with this lens that might be a deal breaker, and why I urge people to get the 12-35mm f2.8 lens instead of this, especially for video work, is this is a variable aperture, which means at 12mm, you get that f3.5, but as soon as you budget even to 18mm, you start losing light and the aperture starts creeping up. So just keep that in mind. All the way up at 60mm, you're at f5.6. In this video, I'll cover the autofocus performance with face tracking, and all of the sample footage you'll see on screen is shot with the Panasonic G9II, just in the natural picture profile, and you can make your mind up whether or not you like the look of it. I think the 4K 120 frames per second out of this camera looks insane, and this lens is tack sharp, so we'll get a good sense of what it can do just straight out of the box.
Here's a quick look at the focal range starting at 12mm and then zooming all the way into 60. So in full frame terms, zooming into 60 is that 120mm equivalent. Again, this is handheld and it's super stable. The minimum focusing distance is also excellent. So if you like doing close-ups of anything, this is a really great lens.
Let's do some autofocus tests. I'm at 12mm f3.5 on the G9II. I'm using the full area of the sensor, and I'm at f3.5. So let's give this a shot. Boom, I can see the tracking box around my head, and now it's around my body, so I know it's working. This is one of the biggest benefits of this lens. Well, actually, more so of the camera body with face detection, but the autofocus is still going to be nice and snappy. It's going to find my face, jump out a shot. Boom, I completely trust this camera and lens combination. Now I'm over to 25mm, exactly the same setting, and this brings the lens up to f4.5. Let's jump out a shot, jump back in. Again, this is all the stock autofocus settings. I just have human body detection on, again at 25mm. There you go. And now we're at 50mm, which is a 100mm field of view, so I've backed right up right now. And this is where you're going to start to see some of that nice subject separation. So the further you zoom in, the more of that background blur you're going to get. Even though it's going to be a higher aperture, it still allows you to get a nice creamy background. There it is. Ooh. Even with sunglasses on, it looks like it's performing beautifully. Over to 60mm, which is that 120mm field of view. So I'm back even further. And this is the sort of autofocus performance you can get. I love being able to trust the G9II. It's such a great camera. If you're waiting for a Micro Four Thirds camera with great autofocus, this is what you can expect. How cool is this? It just finds me, no problems at all. I can see the yellow box pop up on my head. How close can we get? Woo. Oh, check that out. Is that good? Probably not. Let's talk about how this lens feels to use. So the great thing is this zoom lens is perfect in terms of tension. Some people find the 12-60mm kit lens a little too easy to turn on the zoom ring, but I love it. It means you can punch in and out nice and fast without any camera shake or wobble. So for me, I really enjoy this, even more so than the S5 II kit lens, which is the 20-60mm f3.5-5.6 that I'm filming this with. Now, while that feels like a more premium lens, I like the feel of the zoom ring on this a whole lot more. When it comes to the focus ring, this also feels great under the fingers. Whether I'm using a light touch or if you've got more of a heavy grip on the focus ring, it still responds great. And if you plan on using manual focus, I have no complaints with how this feels. This lens is also compatible with Panasonic's linear focusing option, so you can set up a threshold within the camera of how many degrees you need to turn the focus wheel to get from minimum to infinity focus. And this works repeatably and reliably. It's a really great feature, especially for folks who don't want to use autofocus. Let's take a look at some sample footage shot here on the beach with the G9 Mark II and this 12-60mm F3.5-5.6 kit lens. The great news is I can punch right in on the waves like a kilometer away in the background over here with this lens. It's really cool. And I can also get up nice and close. So I'll show you the kind of subject separation you can expect either up close or at a distance, and just how well this works with the in-body image stabilization system in this lens. It's insane. So let's take a look. One of the reasons it's great to have a kit lens is you don't have to be as fussy with them, being that they're less expensive, and if you get them with the camera body, you're also saving a few $100, which is great. But in challenging environments where it might start raining or whatever, I don't have to worry about this lens like I would with my 10-25mm f1.7, which is way bigger, way more expensive, and doesn't have that optical image stabilization. So there's tools for the job, irrespective of the price of the lens or the feature set. So I really feel like this lens strength is its versatility, its weather sealing, and the fact that I don't have to worry about it like I would with much more expensive lenses. So throw one of these in the bag, I don't think you'll be too disappointed. When it comes to focus breathing, this lens has almost none. If I focus to infinity, back to the foreground, you're not going to see the edges of frame move whatsoever. This is awesome. Let's do a quick video comparison between this 12-60mm lens at 12mm f3.5 up against the 12-35mm f2.8. And now we're over to the 12-35mm f2.8 at 2.8. So at 12mm, can you see a huge difference? Let's switch it back and back to the 12-60mm. What I'm going to do now is put this side by side up against the 12-35 so you get a good sense of how they both compare at 12mm. Let's try the 12-60mm lens now at 35mm, so that's 70mm equivalent, and back to the 12-35 at 35mm f2.8. And for those wondering, the autofocus on this lens is every bit as good as the other kit lens. So if you're wondering about that, you won't have any problems with this lens whatsoever.
For those wanting to use this lens for straight up photography, you're going to get excellent results. The colors are very vibrant, the contrast looks great, and the lens itself is extremely sharp. Now, all of these photos were taken on the Panasonic GH5, the original one, quite some time ago, all shooting in the standard or natural picture profile. You know what? I can't remember, it was quite some time ago. I love the look of all of these images. There's nothing to turn your nose up at in terms of the look. So you can get great results out of this as a travel or standard or general outdoor photography lens. It will do the job.
All right, let's talk about whether or not you should buy this lens. So if you're new to filmmaking or photography, it's a great choice. It's sharp, the zoom range is insane. You get that optical image stabilization allowing you to get great IBIS and stabilized shots like this. So it would be a no-brainer. Now, if you're traveling, I think it's a great choice because while it's not the most exciting or the fastest lens out there for Panasonic, they definitely offer something that a lot of other lenses don't, and that's the compact form factor. For a 12-60, 24-120mm lens equivalent, it's insane, and I really love the look of this too. And my shutter speed's not cranked. That's another benefit of it. So my shutter speed's a lot lower than if I was using the 12-35 or any f1.7 lens, where I'd start to need ND filters to do exactly the same thing I'm doing right now. So the ISO's at 1000 for a bright sunny day, right after midday. Top-down lighting's never favorable, but it's doing a great job. So f3.5 definitely has its benefits. The biggest trade-off though is as soon as you start zooming in, it starts getting darker. And if you can live with that, or if you're gonna be outside like this, I think this lens will do the job. But for indoor shoots, I would highly recommend getting something faster. Now, if you're wondering whether you should get this or the 12-35mm lens, which is that f2.8, I would say if your budget allows it, go for the 12-35. But for most people just getting started, if you don't know what the numbers mean, get the 12-60 because it allows you to learn and make use of a zoom range, which is insanely flexible. So it's a really good way of getting into it. Now for photography, it's a great lens. I took some shots out here. It's nice and sharp. The colors look good. I can't complain. I think the biggest benefit of this lens is At f3.5 at its starting value, it allows me to keep the shutter speed a lot lower than if I was shooting f1.7 or even f2.8. So the shutter speed will look a lot better now than it would if I was shooting with a wide open aperture, for example, because it would be compensating. Or I would need ND filters, jacking up the price. So for this kind of walk and talk shot, I think it's a great choice. I think it's a great travel lens. I think you're going to get great results if you pair this with the G9 Mark II. Has that auto exposure, by the way. It just exposed because the sun is right above me. Let's have a look. Auto exposure of the gods. There we go. Works. What can I tell you? Let us know what you think of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming soon. Catch you soon.